Hello, my name is Robert, and you're welcome to the Borders Beyond podcast. I'd like to ask you to take a moment and subscribe, share with a friend, like and comment, and let me know how we can make this better. And recommend stories that I should make, and I'll be very glad about that. But today I'm here. There is an issue that is really eating me up. I don't want to talk about it, but I think we should talk about it. So, in the Democratic Republic of Congo, we have an outbreak of Ebola now. And this is not the first outbreak. Ebola is caused by fruit bats. That's what scientists believe. Fruit bats. And as you type fruit and then bats. So when they come into contact with a human being, all human beings eat it. So that is to say, it is believed that in Congo people eat those bats. But I'm asking myself, why do you eat those bats and you know they cause Ebola? But that is okay. Every country with their own culture and foods. But this is not the first time it is breaking out. So this is the 17th strain. And every time Ebola comes, it mutates. Mutating means like it changes the way it responds to drugs and medicine that was made before to restrict it from getting into or like the effect on people to treat them. It changes. The medicine that was made way back in 2014 cannot work now. That's what I'm talking about when I say it mutates, it changes. As you know, viruses, they mutate and change. But what is eating up my mind, the first Ebola outbreak broke out in 1976. That means those are 50 years from then to now. And we have not found a cure for the virus, and we don't even know how to take care of it up to now. When you read the research and read the books and the data that is there, it has claimed lives of over 16,000. Over 16,000 people to 15,000 people have been claimed. The worst of it being in 2014, where it claimed like 11,000 people during a period of about 6 months. So I think the World Health Organization is not taking this issue very serious for over 50 years because it's not happening in their countries. It's happening in Africa. And so they are like, no, we don't need to talk about it. When this Ebola outbreak happened, I stand with the sober Kenyans that are standing up and saying no to quarantines that are going to be built into their countries to take care of the American citizens. I was watching the news last time, and the American cabinet was having a meeting, and they were saying its first role is to protect the people of America against any danger. So, and they say they are restricting all Americans that have been infected by Ebola in the DRC Congo, not to come to America until they are well. So the first people were taken to Germany, because Germany has the world's research lab for bacteria, for virus outbreaks that break out. So they study viruses there. They have a very big lab. So some Americans were taken there, but because the number is too much, and I'm wondering what is America doing, or what are Americans doing in the DRC Congo? Because now there are very many. So they are trying to make a deal with the Kenyan government to allow them build quarantines in Kenya, where Ebola is not yet there, because it is in Uganda now. It has already reached. I don't know why they are not, because Museveni cannot allow that. I know I don't like Museveni, but I think he's a bit wise. He cannot allow Americans to go over him like that. So they are telling Ruto, he should allow their government to build quarantines there, so that they put Americans and treat them. And when they are well, they go. So they want to bring Ebola infected people into Kenya. to risk the lives of the citizens of Kenya. So I really stand by every sober Kenyan that is onto their knees, that is onto their social platform, saying no to these quarantines, because this triggers my mind and reminds me of slave trade, of how our grandfathers and grandmothers were taken to, they were put on chains and being taken to plantations in England and all over the world, in the US, to do slavery. And like their life is more than the life of us, and it's not something that is good. So I pray the Kenyan government does not come up with such a silly, stupid decision. I say the cabinet is having debates about it, whether they should allow Americans, and I stand to say no. Sometimes I don't want to hate whites, but I find myself hating them, because why would you do such a thing? Anyway, let me stop there. But that's what's going on. We shall see what is going on. And to go back, there is also another story that has been developing over the past months, but I didn't want to talk about it. It is in South Africa. I really don't know. So South Africa is forcing foreign nations that are non-documented. I understand it's very bad for a person to be into your country and they are non-documented. By the way they are handling the situation, they're killing one another, they're killing fellow Africans because they're not just documented and they're into their land. And when you see the movements that are going on into South Africa, and the world is very quiet about it. The other day, Ghana sent aircraft to pick people from there, the Ghanaians that were living in South Africa, over 300. And in Uganda, Museveni cannot do that. They cannot send, because people there are struggling and they're saying, yo, we need just plane tickets and we need help from the government so that we can secure our way back home. And the governments are really quiet. The South African government is still trying to contain the situation, but I don't think it's getting any better. We shall keep you with the updates that are coming on, but don't forget to subscribe and share with one another. I sign out. Thank you. Peace be upon you.